Hey guys, welcome to my channel and let's talk about some romance. So we're gonna start it off with Praying for Rain. It is a pre-apocalyptic story. It's the first in a series and it's kind of just like this story of two people trying to survive the impending apocalypse, trying to find food, trying to just live. And I gave it 3 out of 5 stars. I don't think the pre-apocalypse thing did it for me. They spent just a lot of time riding around on his motorcycle and trying to find food, which isn't the best setup for a romance in my opinion. Also, their relationship had this weird dynamic. So something popular in romance is the bratty feminine character and then the alpha male or masculine character. The thing about that is you have to know that's your relationship dynamic, and it kind of happened right off the bat. So it was just a little weird and annoying. For some reason, I feel like the female main character was pretty young and she was pretty annoying. But still overall, I mean, lots of people love the series. It is pretty popular. So if you are looking for some spicy pre-apocalyptic banter and angst, check this out. And I read the novella But Without Haste. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. This is the story of our characters. They've both been burned in their love lives previously, and when they kind of keep running into each other all over the place and they have this mutual connection, they decide, you know, let's give this a shot. Clearly fate wants us to be together and it's mega sweet. Like I said, I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. I loved the romance. I thought that the male main character's vulnerability and ability to be like, hey, I like you, I have feelings for you, let's do this. I thought that was really just refreshing and I really liked it. Then I read Sanctuary, which was the second book in the Beards and Bondage series that I talked about the first one in my last romance recommendations video, and I liked this one more. I gave it 3 out of 5 stars, which is the same rating that I gave to the other one, but I liked this one more. So it tells the story of a girl who it's all of the same friend group, but the female main character is attempting to run away from a mafia mobster guy that she represented. She's a lawyer. She represented and lost his case, so he's kind of put a hit out on her. And her lawyer friend kind of says, you know, my brother has this farm you can go stay on and we'll get this kind of cleared up. And when she gets there, he's kind of this grumpy guy that just wants to be left alone. He wants to run his farm, you know, just do his thing and be left alone. And then she kind of bombards in and is like, well, no, you're gonna be nice. You're not gonna be rude to me. And we're gonna do this thing because I'm stuck here too. So the first one had more of the alpha male situation where he was the domineering one. In this one, she is. And it was kind of nice because the male was not used to a dominant female. And so he was like, how do I do this? I don't know if I like this, but also I like this. So it was refreshing and nice. I liked it. And then I read Well Met, which I gave 4 out of 5 stars. An enemies to lovers romance set against a Renaissance fair backdrop, and it deals a lot with grief and identity and kind of discovering who you are in the face of those things and how to build your life when you have kind of been knocked down and how to go about figuring out who you are and what you want from life. I really liked the relationship dynamics, and I think that the kind of mood and the atmosphere and the Renaissance fair was really fun. I liked the conflict. I felt like it was very real and very genuine and a genuine reaction to the situation that they were in. And the only reason I didn't give it 5 stars because I wasn't over the moon with it. I didn't have anything particularly wrong with it. It just wasn't fabulous, you know, stunning, just perfect. you know? So the next book that I read was Hideaway, which is the second book in the Devil's Night series. I read the first one a couple of months ago. So this follows Kai and a girl that he met 6 years prior before Erica joined their group. I gave this 3 out of 5 stars. So like my relationship ranking, as far as who I like the most, Kai and Banks are my second favorite, but I really kind of felt like their relationship took a backseat to plot. So this kind of felt like a setup for the third book, and their relationship kind of really suffered because of that. I didn't see as much of them as I would have liked, but they're still my second favorite. I love them. Kai is like the cinnamon roll, I feel like, that I want him to be a cinnamon roll, even though you read it and you're like, I don't know about him being a cinnamon roll, but I just picture him as a little cinnamon roll. How many times am I gonna say cinnamon roll? I would not recommend reading these out of order, so definitely start with Corrupt first. And then I read The Honey Don't List, which I gave 3 out of 5 stars. So this is peddled as a romance between 2 assistants to like an HGTV couple, and when the HGTV couple write a marriage book and go on tour, they kind of have to go on tour with them because the couple can't even really be in the same room together. And then a romance sparks between the 2 assistants that have to go with the HGTV couple. I didn't really feel like that's what the story was. It kind of felt like a exploration of our female main character's identity and kind of what she wanted out of life and who she was, separate from these people that she's known and worked with for so long, and kind of her learning to stand up for herself and use her voice. It didn't really feel like a romance, but it was still good. I just wish it had been peddled differently than it was, because I would have gone into it a little bit differently than if it was just like a straight up romance. So those are all of my romance recommendations for you, or just kind of my thoughts, what to read, what to avoid. If I were to give you like the top 3 that I would say you should check out, I would say definitely check out But Without Haste if you are looking for a novella quick read with kind of like a soft, affectionate male main character. Definitely check out Well Met if you are looking for kind of an enemies to lovers situation with a lot of angst and a lot of witty banter with some very atmospheric Renaissance fair vibes. Very specific on that one. And then I would recommend checking out Hideaway if you have already read Corrupt and you want to get into like a dark romance series. So those are my recommendations. Comment down below if you have read any of these books or you have some recommendations for me. I am 100% open to any recommendations you want to give me. But other than that, I will see you guys in my next video. Thanks so much.